means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Break that in. 319.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Stafford now to throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Kill. Check three. Drill right. 22.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Hey, 50. Hey. Check 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Bud. Check.
To throw is Stafford. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 2nd and 5 now. Rodgers, and Graham's got it, complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. The third year back from BYU, Jamal Williams with a carry. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They got the ball to the outer third of the field, but they could not seal that edge and lost yardage.
And I love how you brought that up, because sealing the edge is often a function of the offensive tackle on the line of scrimmage, oftentimes a tight end, maybe your H-back, someone to set the edge at the line of scrimmage to give them a spot to get to. If you're not able to do that, you're not able to turn the corner.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives. He's something after the catch as well.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Easy, alert! Hey, 93's the mic. Now watch one. Hey, Haywood!
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Hey, got 80. Here we go. Double time. 32. 3 out. Hey, Steve 6.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, if there is a certainty in this game, we know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there, and look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete, but they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
The throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. The connection made. It's Graham. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. call that a very strong gain of 24.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Aaron Jones, that time. And now it's second down.
58, 59, Mike to 59. Come out.
Rodgers to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. It's caught here by Adams. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Shift. Show it up. Shift. 22. And easy.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more.
A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. Got it open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's got the connection to the tight end Graham. Touchdown Packers. Jimmy Graham, his second touchdown on the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. He finds an opening past the 40. He'll get this one to Galladay. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. A first down carry here for Johnson. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
3rd and 2, Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They will run it. It's McKissick. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Stafford toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Hey. We got motion. Back up. Go.
To throw on 3rd down. Stafford. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jermaine Kearse. His 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Prater for the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Rodgers to his tight end, Graham, on a big one. 52 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again, Stafford. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Dean Lowry. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Rodgers. Looking deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Hey, check 26. 50. Hey, Delta. Check.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. And now he'll let this one go. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now, third and long. Here's Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
Pulled in at the 24. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
You ain't going nowhere.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Steps away. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Throwing again on second and 10. Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And now offensively it's third and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Stafford and the Lions now have it first and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Johnson, and he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Check 50, check 50. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
On second down, here's Stafford. Jones has it. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Hey, high 7. Check 26, check 26.
Now Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Stafford throws complete to Galladay. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Hey, box truck.
Throwing on second down. Stafford. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 35.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. Stafford now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. They go back to the ground with Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. So now Stafford will bring up the Lions, and they'll go for 2.
Hey. Mike 42. Watch the back. Topper. Why? Hey. Watch twist.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some, because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now? Those extra plays or plays that...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker Mason Foster. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Easy.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there and a line first down.
Exit.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Buying time to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
59. Hey, Echo.
Watch the run.
Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson with his first career NFL touchdown, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2.
Get him. Check nine. Alert. Hey, easy.
They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the two-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Back now at Lambeau. It's been a good one so far. Just a two-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. To throw on 2nd and 6. Rodgers. Complete to Jones. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It's a first down following a gain of 3. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
59 mark, check, 59.
Again, it's Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And that is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Lions will take over. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road, and everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Here's McKissick. B.J. Goodson there on the tackle. If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0.
Check 93. Pick me up. Here we go. Check 93's the mic. 93.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. He'll rifle this one deep right. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Don't throw this way.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there, and if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle, keep coming after him, put the pressure on him.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point good by Prater. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Got a man. That's Allison. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
It's easy work, and it's coming again.
At the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
You must be dreaming. Get 300. Get 300. Hey, Alpha.
To throw is Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He's back to throw. The connection made. It's Graham. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Results in a 4th down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I ain't a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the road is my home and there's so many milk. Bird in my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it slow. I'm sturdy as hell, as Sylvester Stallone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs and hippies. Women like Nick, you know what I'm about. I'm not. The stereotypes, they do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Gave everyone jobs. I'm not a guard. Go hard with a squad. I'm playing my part, but I'm LeBron. Rings of the team, I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to the well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together, leave the bill for me like. Hand on my heart, I give it all I got. Walk the walk and talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Hand on my heart, no, I give it all I got. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost. GPS, I never lost. GPS, I never lost. Who do it better than me? Yeah. Vision on 2020. Yeah. VVS, Clarity. Yeah. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they door, they taking notice. Taking notice, taking notice. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they door, they taking notice.
I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous. I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes. They know it's real. Yeah, been this way before the deal. Say this one for your photo reel. Blessing after testing. I'ma show them skills. Show them skills. Yeah, how about it? How about it? You want it, you have it, you got it. Go snatch it, skirt the lot. Go ahead, jump it, hop on it, hop on it. Rep for your close, strip out in your projects. Pain driven, itching, drumming. Hey, look how far we coming. Heartbeat on the streets, you can do it. Ain't built for the weekend. Sweet, this sugar, one man army, but get deep. Watch what you doing. I ain't damaged goods, damn out the clay. You wish you could. I do this for the family. I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Hit first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, so suspenseful, I'm up in the field. Saw it in my eyes, it was the Tiger Hill. Gon' jump off the line and see the flight of field. Rewrite your history off this line right here. Your best bet be ahead, easy to get rich or dead trying. This ain't never new, I just be 10 steps instead. Snooze I won't, I can't lose, ready, rest or a bed. Do what you can to do, make it next move your best. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Hit first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, way before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I keep it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, let's go. Hit first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See that pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm putting intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I just got bags from Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm putting intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop.